Randy Arozarena back in Tampa. A standing ovation by the crowd here at George Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, Florida. He takes his helmet off, doffs it to the crowd. He steps in, the former Tampa Bay Ray. So here goes Randy to face the Rays here in Tampa. The Mariners swept the Rays in a 3-game series recently back home in Seattle. Shane Baz on the mound, a record of 8-11, and here we go. Welcome to Mariners baseball. Baz looks in, waiting. Now the pitch on the way to Randy. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, way to his left. Diving for the ball is Gray. Can't get to it. A base hit in left center field, and Randy Arozarena gets a nice round of applause again from the crowd here in Tampa. Man, they love him here, and why not? He was one of the most popular players to put on a Rays uniform. 85 home runs in a Rays uniform. That is 10th all-time with this organization, that organization. And now he's ours. You can't have him back.
Well, that was a nice roar with the base hit as it got through. And Cal didn't get a bad ovation either coming to the plate.
Yeah, Cal Raleigh, here he is. 50 home runs on the season. Short porch and right, pitch on the way, and it's outside from Baz for ball one. So welcome to George Steinbrenner Field, the springtime home of the New York Yankees. The outfield dimensions are just like Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. It's only 314 down that right field line, so left-handed hitters have a good target to shoot for, like Cal right now, batting from the left side. Baz ready, the right-hander. And the next offer on the way, swinging a drive deep to right field. Josh Lowe going back to the warning track. He's got some room, and he's there to make the catch. Man, the ball jumped off the bat of Cal. Thought he had number 51 right there, but back in time, back up against the fence in straightaway right field to make the catch. And there's one out for the Mariners here at the top of the first inning. And every time he swings the bat, he gives us a thrill, Gary.
It looked good off the bat. Looked like that was going to go.
Especially with the wind starting to blow out to right field. And now here's Julio. One on and one away. Toss over to first base, and diving back safely is Randy.
This has been a homer-friendly park this year as it's played out through the course of the season. The dimensions exactly the same as Yankee Stadium. This is the Yankees spring training home.
Now the look in by Baz, and here's the pitch, Julio. There goes Randy, pitches low. The throw down to second, the slide, and safe at second is Randy Arozarena with his 25th steal of the year. He is now a 20-25 guy, 25 stolen bases, 20 or 5 or more home runs. He has 26 of those. So Randy Arozarena, one of, 3 players that go 25 and 25 3 times over the last 4 years. So Randy Arozarena with a big stolen base to join a very elite club. Here's the set by Baz, and now the next offer. The 1-0 pitch on the way to Julio. Turn around and a throw back to second. They've got Randy in a rundown. Lau over to Caminero. The tag on Randy in the line between second and third. Caught in the rundown. And the tag by Brandon Lau. And, man, Randy, does he come up hurt in the line? Right now he's bending over. Lau with the fake throw, and then put the hard tag on Randy in the line, and there's 2 outs for the Mariners now here in the top of the first inning.
That's not the way he wanted to celebrate 25-25.
Nope. So now Julio back up there with a count 1-0. Here's the stretch, 2 outs, and nobody aboard. And the 1-0 pitch on the way to Julio. A strike call. The count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. New ballpark here. I'm looking for all the numbers on the scoreboard. They got a big scoreboard out there in left field. Now we find everything. This is also the Yankees Single A Farm Club, the home for the Tampa Tarpons. Here's the stretch and the 1-1 to Julio. Strike call, and the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. Julio, the big base hit yesterday in Cleveland. Safe at first, an infield base hit, and 2 runs scored on that play. There were 2 outs, the bases were loaded, the count went to 3-2, the runners took off. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled away. Behind the plate, and the count is still 1-2 on Julio, so J.P. Crawford scored easily from third. And a heads-up play by Cole Young, who was on at second, took off on a ground ball up the middle on the other side of the bag. The second baseman, Schneemann, went after it, and the throw to first was just a little bit late. Here's the pitch on the way to Julio, swinging a ground ball foul on the third base side, and the count is still 1-2 on Julio. By the way, the first pitch of the game was brought to you by Michael's Toyota Bellevue since 1974. That's Michael's Toyota Bellevue, for the life you live. But man, what a great heads-up play that was by Young to score from second. Here's a swing and a foul out of play on the first base side. And the count is still 1-2 on Julio. And great hustle by Julio just to beat that throw over at first base. And that was the play of the game. It broke up a 2-2 tie. The Mariners beat the Guardians yesterday by a score of 4-2. The Mariners needed that win.
Yeah.
Man, did they need that win.
They need it in a big way, and they got it. So we'll see if they can continue the momentum from that game into this one.
A time is called. Julio backing away from home plate. Gets time from the home plate umpire. James Dean behind home plate calling balls and strikes tonight. Manny Gonzalez at first. Alex Tossi at second. Corey Blazer is the umpire at third. 2 outs and nobody on. Just underway here in the top of the first inning. Mariners against the Rays. Now the set by Boz. And the right-hander is 1-2 again. Swinging a foul on the first base side by the Tampa Bay dugout. And the count is still 1-2 on Julio as he takes that pitch out of the glove of the catcher, Cortez. It is warm. It is muggy. It is humid here in Tampa. Now the stretch. And again, the 1-2 on the way to Julio. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's going to retire the side. For the Mariners, no runs a hit, but nobody left on. Underway from George Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. We go to the bottom of the first. Home Street Bank score. It's the Mariners. Simpson is a bit outside for ball 1. Luis looking to get things turned around. He's had a rough time his last 3 outings. Here's the windup and the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, popped up and out of play on the third base side. And the count is even on Simpson at 1-1. Chandler Simpson batting .291. You got to keep him away from first base. He has 38 steals, one of the fastest guys in the game of baseball. Now the windup and the pitch. Swung on, one hopper to the second baseman. Right there is Cole Young. Nice stop, throws the first in time against Simpson. That takes care of Chandler here in the first. And there's one away. Say, friends, come see why everyone visits Sandberg Volvo Cars in Linwood, the only Excellence Award winner in the entire Northwest. State-of-the-art dealership, amazing selection, new and pre-owned Volvos. Because you're going to come in as a friend and leave as part of the family with a great car. Sandberg Volvo Cars in Linwood. And SandbergVolvoCars.com. Here's Yandy Diaz, and Diaz takes a look at ball 1. Luis in his last outing last Tuesday No decision, 7-6 loss against the Padres at home. Pitch on the way and a swing and a miss by Diaz. 1 ball and 1 strike. He went 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, all earned on 5 hits, walked 2 and struck out 5. He gave up 5 runs right away in the top of the first inning. There was a grand slam. But then he settled down and gave the Mariners a chance to win that game. Next pitch, swing and a miss. A weak wave like he was underwater. Diaz pulled on a pitch in on his hands, and the count goes to 1-2. Tampa Bay playing some pretty good baseball right now. They've won their last 3, sweeping aside the Nationals. Next offer is a breaking ball low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A little bit later start here in Tampa because of the warm weather. Thank goodness no rain in the forecast today. Here's the windup and the 2-2. Swinging a hard ground ball to third. Taken by Suarez. Spin move to his glove side. Sets up, throws the first in time to get Diaz for the second out of the inning. Nice play by Gino at third base. Off to his left. And that'll bring up Brandon Lau. Lau batting .264, 28 home runs, 71 runs batted in, an all-star this year for the second time. No score in the ball game. Luis ready, the windup and the pitch on the way. Lau takes outside for ball 1. Very nice crowd in hand for the opening game of the series. Sellout here is just over 10,000.
Yeah, I think they might have that. Not many seats available tonight.
Nice crowd. The 1-0. Swing and a miss by Lau. Off-speed pitch and a beauty, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Certainly a lively atmosphere, so that's fun.
Yeah. Spring training home, as we mentioned, of the Yankees. At a packed house. Now the windup and the 1-1 on the way. Lau takes high and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. The Rays did a pretty good job of making it their home away from home for a year with all the signage. The windup and the 2-1. Swinging a pop-up out of play on the third base side. And the count is even on Lau at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But, of course, you still see the influence of the Yankees with the frieze architecture, just like Yankee Stadium at the top of the roof. That curved fence. Next offer, 2-2. Swinging a line shot fouled on the right field side off the netting. And the count is still even on Lau at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And then when you enter the main part of the office here at George Steinbrenner Field, very good picture of George, of course. And they've got 3 of the Yankees World Series trophies in 96, 98, and 99. The 2-2 again. It's strike 3 called on the outside corner. Breaking ball, the slider. And Lau looks at strike 3. A strikeout for Luis Castillo, his first. 1-2-3 go the Rays. We go to the top half of the second. Home Street Bank score, the Mariners nothing, and the Rays nothing.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Center.
side as Josh gets out of the way from ball one. Yes, indeed. Nice crowd here in Tampa for the opening game of the series. Looking around right in front of us. The fans are right in front of the radio and television booths here at George Steinbrenner Field. A lot of folks wearing their Rosarena jerseys. Very popular here in Tampa for years for Randy. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chopper along the first base line. Fair ball right near the bag is Diaz, and Yandy steps on the pillow for the out on Naylor, and there's one away for the Mariners here in the top half of the second. All right, time now for tonight's Men of Steel report, brought to you by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. Here's a Eugenio Suarez. Gino with 42 home runs on the season, 6 as a Mariner, and 105 runs batted in. Steps back in to face Boz. Here we go, the stretch. And the pitch on the way to Gino. Swing and a well-hit ball deep down the left field line. On the run is Simpson, and this one is going to be a fair ball in toward the corner. In at second goes Gino with a stand-up double down the line, and the third base umpire made the call. Just fair, and the Mariners have Gino on at second base. Tonight's Men of Steel report brought to you by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. Find your steel. Visit steeldealers.com. That's STIHL dealers.com. Man, that was fair as Gino tucked it right into the corner by the foul pole. That was mighty close. So a double for Gino. 1 on, 1 away, and here's Jorge Polanco. Mariners would love to give Castillo an early lead right here. We're in the second. The stretch and the pitch. Strike called, 0-1.
Yeah, we mentioned the dimensions exactly as Yankee Stadium, so that means 318 down the left field line and 314 down the right field line.
It's close. 408 to straightaway center. Boz will look back at Gino, and now the right-hander's pitch to Polanco, swinging a fly ball lifted out of play down the left field line. And the count is now 0-2. Area was some kind of warm this afternoon. We got to the ballpark and the humidity. I mean, we're right on Tampa Bay. You know, just reminded me all those days in the Southern League broadcasting for the Memphis Chicks. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's low for ball 1 ball and 2 strikes. And we come down here to Florida, play Orlando, Jacksonville, Charlotte, North Carolina, Savannah. Whew, hot, humid, the mosquitoes. Don't miss that. Here's the stretch by Boz, and the 1-2 to Polanco inside, backs him off the plate, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
There's a reason why all these 3 are night games in this series.
Wind blowing in from left center field, trying to cool things off. 1 on, 1 away, no score. Suarez will lead at second. Here's the set by Boz. And a swing and a ground ball right to the first baseman, Diaz. Waves off the pitcher, Boz. Goes to the bag for the out on Polanco. 2 outs in the inning, and on the plate, Gino will get to third. So 1 on and 2 away. No score. The batter will be right fielder Dom Canzone. Well, we're just in Cleveland, where Dom had a chance to see a lot of family and friends. I was told for one game, I think, about 300 people came out to watch Dom play in that series against the Guardians. Big win for the Mariners yesterday, 4-2. Time is called. Ortez, the catcher for the Rays, calling time, pops out in front of home plate, stops, and comes right back. Infield back on the right side for Dom, a left-handed hitter. Gino will lead at third base. Now the set by Boz, and he delivers. Swing and a foul behind the plate. 0-1 the count. Boz out of Houston, Texas. First round pick out of high school in June of 2017 by the Pittsburgh Pirates. Found his way to Tampa Bay. Boz against left-handed pitching, or left-handed hitting. Here's the pitch on the way, swinging a foul off the netting behind home plate, and the count is now 0-2 on Canzone. Left-handed hitters this year are batting .267 against them. For his career, it was just .225. So Boz having a rougher time this year trying to get left-handed hitters out. So let's see if Canzone can come up with a clutch base hit to drive in a run. Gino waiting on at third base. 2 outs. Now the stretch and the 0-2 on the way to Dom. Swing and a foul behind home plate, and the count is still 0-2. right-handed hitters batting .243 against him. Baz, B-A-Z. Last outing, had a quality start, but lost 3-0 to Cleveland. And had a rough time against the Yankees. Went 3 innings, gave up 6 runs. 2 outings ago. The stretch, and again the pitch to Canzone, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, but 1 out double by Gino. He's stranded at third. We go to the bottom of the second here in Tampa. Home Street Bank score. It's the Mariners 0 and the Rays.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Wait, God, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are.
Field, and then applauds to the fans. Once again, a nice ovation for Randy Arozarena back in Tampa. Here's Junior Caminero with a swing and a drive deep into the gap in left center field, but Julio going back. He's there and will make the catch. Caminero having a tremendous season, batting .254, but 39 home runs. And he's the guy that you got to keep from hurting you. And 94 runs batted in.
That was 105 off the bat. I'm starting to wonder if the ball's just not carrying tonight. We saw Cal hit one. We saw Gino look like he got into one in the corner. So the wind may be playing a pretty big factor in this.
No doubt about it, Gary. Here's Josh Lowe, and he takes a look at a strike from Luis Castillo, 0-1. Pretty good breeze blowing straight in from left center field. That's why I thought maybe Cal's drive in right field might get out, but it didn't. Next offer on the way, swinging a pop-up outside of third. Gino over to take a look, and it's out of play. And the count is 0-2 on Lowe.
So you can't fault the fans who all erupted off the bat of Caminero because it looked pretty good off the bat.
I think on any other night, on a warm night, that ball would be gone, but not tonight. But what a nice tribute for Randy Arozarena. They showed many of his highlights, of course, down through the years as a Tampa Bay Ray. The windup and the 0-2 to Lowe, swinging a pop-up out of play behind the plate, and the count is still 0-2. And I'll tell you what, that's one of the reasons why this ballpark is packed tonight, no doubt about it, to welcome Randy back. Lowe hitting .240, 9 home runs and 33 runs batted in. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul back, and the count is still 0-2 on Lowe. Josh Lowe batting .240, 9 home runs and 33 runs batted in. Luis Castillo is retired first for his face with a strikeout. 1-2-3 in the first. The windup and the 0-2 again. Swing and a foul again behind home plate. And the count is still 0-2. You know what? If you're a great player and a great guy, you know, you find a home, but baseball will move you around things change. Here's the windup and the 0-2 again. It's a little bit up and outside for ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's just the facts of life in this game of baseball. But, man, if you make your mark in one city and you eventually come back, you know, they still appreciate what you did while you were there. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball down and in for strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Luis Castillo, 2 outs for the Rays here in the bottom half of the second. Say, friends, score a must-have Mariner collectible next week at T-Mobile Park. The first 10,000 fans each game, September 8th through the 10th, will head home with a Logan Gilbert Funko Pop as the squad squares off against the Cardinals. Lock in your seats today at mariners.com/tickets. 5 in a row set down by Luis. Here's Jake Mangum. Pitch on the way to Jake, and it's low for ball 1, Rays center fielder. Batting .285, he has 2 home runs and 34 runs batted in. Left-handed hitter, close to third base, Gino. The line of the pitch, swinging a foul out of play on the third base side. 1 ball and 1 strike. How about the ovation when Junior came back after he left and came back with the Cincinnati Reds?
That was amazing. Yeah, back then, too, it was random when guys would come back because you didn't know when they would.
Exactly. It wasn't like now we're going to play everybody every year, at least every other year at your home. Swinging a foul out of play, third base side, 1-2 on Mangum.
I remember Pujols, when he signed with the Angels, he didn't go back to St. Louis for years.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? Not being able to go back.
Yeah, this is better.
And now it's a quick turnaround, and it has been for Randy. 1-2 on Mangum. Ryan Roland Smith struck out Junior when he faced him. The windup and the 1-2 on the way. Swinging a chopper, fouled away on the third base side, and the count is still 1-2 on the Rays' young center fielder.
The most he's ever been booed.
That's funny. Striking out Junior. Here's the windup and the 1-2. Swinging a chopper, right side of the mound, right side of the infield. Charging Cole Young. He's got it. Flips the first, not in time. Mangum can fly, and he is safe at first base. Beyond the reach of Castillo, and Cole Young really had to hustle in. He did a great job to get to it. But Mangum is safe over at first base with an infield single.
Yeah, we end up talking about Simpson a lot for how he can really fly, which is true. But he's nearly as fast as Simpson.
Yeah.
Mangum can really go, and we saw it right there.
Here's Richie Palacios. The DH pitch on the way, and it misses for ball 1. I tell you what, you have to be fast if you have Simpson playing left field and you're out in center for your ball club.
Yes.
With Simpson on the ball club. Mangum will lead at first, has 20 steals. Keep your eye on him. There he goes. Pitch on the way. Up and in a ball. The throw on to second by Cal, and safe is Mangum at second with stolen base number 21. Got a good jump on Luis. That first slide, the throw by Cal. And Mangum diving for that far corner of the bag to catch and tag by Crawford, but Mangum gets in there.
You know what's going to happen with Simpson and Mangum on? They are going to go, and there's just not a lot the catcher's going to be able to do about it.
They get a good jump. They're going to get there. Here's the stretch. And the 2-0 on the way to Palacios. Breaking ball is low and inside for ball 3, 3-0. So you got to do everything you can as a pitcher. Hold. Make a move over to first base. You got only 2. The look in by Luis, way behind in the count. The pitch. Palacios takes up high for ball 4. So the Rays have runners on at first and second with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the second, there's no score. And the batter will be catcher Nick Cortez.
Rays have the most stolen bases in baseball this year. Part of that was Caballero, a former Mariner, who leads baseball in stolen bases. He was traded at the deadline of the Yankees, so that's one stolen base weapon gone, but they still have a number of guys that can go.
Yeah, Simpson and Mangum, they can run. Well, here's Cortez batting just .212 with 3 home runs and 14 runs batted in. Last 7 games hitting just .176. The pitch is a little bit high from Castillo, ball 1. You got to get these guys at the bottom of the order. Tampa Bay 67 and 69 on the year. And now time is called. Cal out to the mound, have a little visit with Luis Castillo. He's trying to get himself out of a little bit of a jam here in the bottom of the second with 2 on and 2 outs. Tampa Bay, 4th place in the American League East, 11.5 out behind the first place Toronto Blue Jays. And the Blue Jays just keep winning. They're on top by 3 games over the Yankees in the East. As we said earlier, Houston with a win today over the Angels. Mariners need a win tonight to stay 2 back of Houston. Cal back behind the plate. Runners their leads. The 1-0 pitch is high and outside to Fortes. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. You don't want to lose Fortes. Right-handed hitter. Outfield straight away. Rosarena, Rodriguez, Canzone. Here's the stretch. And the 2-0 pitch. Swinging a fly ball into the gap in right center field. On the run, Canzone to the wall. Leaps up. And he can't make the catch. It hits off the fence. Here comes Mangum. Here comes Palacios on the score. And it's over the fence. It's going to be a home run. Beyond the reach of Canzone, reaching over the top of the wall that I was watching. Fortes, he kept running hard, but it's a home run just beyond the reach of Canzone. A 3-run home run for Fortes. His 4th home run of the season, and the Rays have a 3-0 lead. Yeah, the ball bounced off the top of the wall, out of the ballpark, then came back on the warning track. So Fortes with a 2-out, 3-run home run. And now the Mariners want to take a look at it. So the Mariners want to see if indeed that ball went out of the ballpark. We take a look at the replay. Canzone going back to the wall, leaping up, and they're talking about fan interference, whether the fan reached out over the top of the wall as Canzone tried to make the catch.
It's really hard to tell. It almost looked like, I don't know if the fan reached over the wall or not.
Mariners are taking a chance. And it is a home run. No fan interference. So Fortes with a 3-run home run, and the Rays have a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Started off a promising inning as Luis was able to take care of the first 2 hitters, Caminero and Lowe. But then a single, a walk, and the 3-run home run.
That's tough. Infield single, a walk after that.
Here's Tristan Gray, and he takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Well, the ball will get out to right field, and it did, barely. Now the windup and the 1-0 to Gray, swing and a miss, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gray made his major league debut in Seattle back on August the 8th. That's when the Mariners swept aside the Rays in that 3-game series. Next pitch is just a bit inside for ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. And this is a game of inches sometimes, playing a big ballpark. We saw that yesterday when Julio was just safe on a close play at first base with 2 outs, 2 runs scored, and the Mariners won that game 4-2 over the Guardians. So Luis still looking for that final out here in the bottom of the second. The windup by Luis and the 2-1 pitch, swinging a foul back by Gray, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gray at AAA Charlotte hit .270 down to the minor leagues with 9 home runs. With Tampa Bay batting .194, 1 home run, and 3 runs batted in. Left-handed hitter. The windup and the 2-2, swinging a fly ball straight away center field. Going back is Julio. He's there. Plenty of room, and he makes the catch, and that will retire the side. But the Rays get 3 on a 2-out, 3-run home run by catcher Nick Fortes. We go to the top of the third. Home Street Bank score the Rays 3, and the Mariners nothing.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term.
The pitch way up high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 3-0 Rays with the lead. That's your Home Street Bank score. So the Mariners looking to come back here. Boz, ready, he deals. That's a strike at the knees. Just clipping the bottom part of the strike zone. JP doesn't look thrilled, but that was there. The Mariners dugout chirping at the home plate umpire. So count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Boz from the belt. Here comes his pitch. Swung on. That's tagged. Right field. Low back. He's at the track. He's at the wall and makes the catch. He reels it in. And that's the first out here in the third. Let's pause for station identification on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
This is Mariners Baseball on Seattle.
Boz from the stretch delivers. He sends it over for a strike. Well, the difference in the game, the Mariners have hit, 3 balls at or close to the wall? The Rays have hit 1 over the wall. 3-run home run. That's been the difference. 3-0 Rays. Here's the pitch to Cole Young. That's inside, backs out of the way. On a breaking ball. It has been a struggle for Boz here. He does tend to give up a lot of home runs, 26 this year. That's among the most in baseball. He is set and delivers. Just outside. Good fastball, 99. That's his best pitch, the 4-seam. He's got great life to it. The problem with Boz has been his secondaries have not been there this year.
In 16 innings, the last 3 starts, he's given up 13 runs.
He's ready. Here comes the 2-1. Just below the knees. That's a good take by Cole Young. 2 starts ago, Rick, you mentioned a start against the Yankees. Gave up 6 runs. 5 home runs in that start against New York. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. That's a good plate appearance by Cole Young. Draws the walk, and the Mariners have a base runner. And that flips it to Randy Arozarena, who will bat here. Got a standing ovation in his first plate appearance.
Randy would love to tag one right now, even with that wind blowing in from left center field.
So Young steps off his lead at first base. Boz comes set. Here's the pitch to Randy. That's down low for a ball. I mean, you can just tell. You look at the fans in front of us, there's more Arozarena jerseys than any other jersey you see. 1 ball, no strikes. Young in a low crouch has the lead at first. Here's the pitch to Randy. That's a strike. There are a couple other jerseys that have caught my eye as well. There's a Luke Raley jersey right in front of us, too. The kid in his seat just a couple rows in front of us. So, Luke Raley, the former Ray. Here's the 1-1. That's inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. And then we look to our right a little bit. You see a Willie Bloomquist jersey.
Hey, Willie Boom Boom represent. I love Willie, man. He was awesome.
So, Randy, Luke Raley, and Willie Bloomquist all represented.
Now the head coach at Arizona State.
The 2-1. Strike. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Randy. Randy has stolen base in the first inning, then was picked off, but he became a 25-25 man this year. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. A pretty wicked slider down low that he swings through. That's the 3rd strikeout for Boz, and there's 2 away here in the 3rd. Here's Cal Raleigh. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Mariners trailing 3-0 3rd inning. 3-run home run last inning. Cal drove one to the wall last time. See what he does here. Cole Young at first base. Here's the pitch. Not close. Way outside. buzz. Ready. He deals to Cal. Swung on, popped up. Third baseman Caminero now drifting in foul territory. Makes the catch with two hands in foul ground. And the Mariners put away here in the top of the third. So another 0 on the board as we head to the bottom of the third. Tampa Bay.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player.
My mind is breathing in. Wake up, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent. I'm feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it all.
the Rays are doing between home and road, there's been a big difference. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on, roped into the gap, left center field. Randy racing over in the gap, makes a leap. It's over his glove. It's going to the wall. Diaz to third base. He's being waved. He steams around third. The throw is cut off. No throw home. He slides safe. It's an RBI double for Lau. Tampa Bay adds another run. It's 4-0 Rays in the third. And unfortunately, Castillo continues to get hit hard tonight.
Guys in the middle of this order can really hurt you. You talked about Diaz's 22 home runs on the year, Lau with 28. Then you got Caminero with 39. That's the engine that drives this Tampa Bay Rays offense.
Yeah, Caminero is a real problem. 39 home runs, the pitch. Swung on, line drive, base hit, center field. Lau around third base. He's being waved. The throw by Julio goes to the plate on 1 hop. It's late. He slides safe. Caminero to second. The throw by Cal in time. They have him at second, but an RBI single plates another. It's 5-0 Rays.
What a great play by Cal Raleigh right here. And this ball was scorched out in the straightaway center field for the base hit. The drive in a run, the throw to the plate by Julio, but Cal was able to get up there and go get the throw and then fire straight down to second to take care of Caminero for the second out of the inning.
Here's Josh Lowe, the right fielder. The pitch is upstairs, and unfortunately, Castillo has been hit really hard this inning. That was 107 off the bat, the base hit by Caminero. Lau was 104. Here's the pitch. That's swung on, fouled away. And Diaz was 109, so he's been consistently hit hard by the Rays in this one. 5-0. And we've seen that Castillo has had his struggles in August, and they've continued here in the first start in September. Lowe walking around as he fouled the ball off his leg.
Getting some time from the home plate umpire to get some feeling back in his leg. Yeah, in his last start, it was that 5-run first inning against San Diego. Then he was able to settle down after that. Now still trying to do that tonight here in Tampa Bay.
His best start in August actually came against the Rays at home. He went 7 innings, allowed just 2 runs. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. So Mariner fans were hoping for that again into this game, but that has not taken place. 5-0 Tampa Bay. Their home street bank score. We're in the 3rd inning. So a lot of time for the Mariners, but they're going to need a big night offensively. Here comes the 1-2. Too high. Fastball steaming upstairs. Rays playing great baseball. They've won 6 of their past 8. Here's the 2-2. Up and in. Backs him off the plate. And if you look at this series from the Rays' perspective, this is a massive series. As we head into September, the Rays, trying to jump back into this wild card mix and playing good baseball lately. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled away. Watch out, that's in the Rays dugout. And right now, they're playing the team in front of them. They're playing the team that's holding the 3rd wild card spot in the Mariners. Now, the Rays 5.5 back, and they have to jump 3 teams to get there. So there's a lot of work to do, but they have the team in the spot right here. So it's a huge series for them. And right now, they're leading 5-0 in the 3rd. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Castillo winds, delivers. Swing and a miss. Got him. That's the strikeout, and that is the inning. So the Rays done in the 3rd, but more damage done.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the
fastball at 100 miles per hour. There's never a question about Boss's stuff, especially with the heater. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's ready. He deals. Swung on, hit hard right past Boss, but behind the bag at second. There's Lau. Scoops it up, throws to first to get the out. There's one away. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. You know, with Randy going 25-25 tonight, I think a lot of Mariner fans would be surprised that he's just the 4th Mariner all-time to go 25-25 in a season. It's not something that's been done very often in Mariners history. Naylor stands in. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That is hit hard up the middle. Threw for a base hit. So Naylor aboard. Julio has done it twice. It will be 3 times when he does it, and that will be the most in Mariners history. Mike Cameron did it twice, and A-Rod did it once. That's been it. 25-25. So Randy, pretty exclusive company.
Power and the speed.
Yeah.
Nice combination.
Here's Gino. So your next question may be, hey, how many teammates have gone 25-25? Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's a ground ball to second. This should be 2. Lau scoops it to the shortstop. Gray steps on the bank, fires to first, the double play. I'll answer that question, just not right now. We ran out of time. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Mariners trailing 5-0 on the.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game show.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing.
Maybe,
that.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then
Mel Daniels.
And then the Mets in the same year, Howard Johnson and Darryl Strawberry. Then it went 10 years again without happening until Colorado, Ellis Burks and Dante Bichette both went 25 in the same season. So a meeting at the mound, quick conversation. Castillo back to work here. He deals. Strike. Over the edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mariners have the bullpen going. Carlos Vargas getting loose. 5-0 Rays, 4th inning. Runner on second base, no outs. Castillo trying to limit the damage. He deals. Swing and a miss. But with the heater, upper rung. Palacios activated today. He was in center field right before the ball game. A big embrace with Randy Arozarena. He's been the most popular man in town. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He went diving after a breaking ball in the dirt. That's the 4th strikeout for Castillo. 1 away here in the 4th. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. 5-0 Rays. Here's Fortes, the pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Fortes in opposite field. 3-run home run. His 2nd for the Rays this season. This will be pitch number 70 for Castillo. Luis from the belt. Here's his pitch. And that floats in at the knees for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Three of Castillo's starts this month. He's not gone 5. He's ready. Delivers 0-2. Upstairs. Did not chase a fastball well out of the zone. 95 on the heater. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 4th inning. 5-0 Tampa Bay. Castillo from the belt. Delivers. Going away. Tried a slider off the plate.
Right. Luis has that whirly-bird helicopter wind-up and follow-through. You know, with that kind of motion, you got to be just right with your release point. A lot of moving parts.
He's ready. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on, fouled. Just above the Mariners dugout. They're on the third base side here at Steinbrenner Field. Mariners wearing their navy tops, gray pants. Tampa Bay wearing their home whites. Navy helmets. Here's the 2-2. Off the plate, did not chase again, so another deep count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mariners do have an extra arm now that it's September, but Dan Wilson would rather not go to an arm in the 4th. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called right on the corner. Good spot. 96 on the fastball. That's the 5th strikeout for Castillo. There's 2 away.
Yeah, Luke Jackson joined the ball club from AAA Tacoma, but a guy that's been around for a long time, spending time with Texas and Detroit earlier this year. So he's been called up. Here his rosters expand.
Tristan Gray, the shortstop, batting 9th for Tampa Bay. Runner on second base, a leadoff double, a couple strikeouts since. The pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs. He does have 5 strikeouts. The problem has been when balls have been in play, they've been hit hard. Castillo ready. He delivers. Swing and a miss. Went diving after a slider down low. Good spot. No balls, 2 strikes. So after the leadoff double, trying to strike out the next 3. Also looking for damage control. 5-0 Rays. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, slowly hit. Naylor at first base, scoops it up just off the hip. Goes to the bag, steps on first. That's the out. And Castillo limits the damage. Leadoff double, but wasted by Tampa Bay. We head to the fifth. Mariners trailing 5-0 on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
Take a hack at guessing.
It's the Rays 5 and the Mariners nothing as we go to the top of the fifth inning, and Jorge Polanco will lead things off. Mariners still trying to figure out Shane Baz tonight. Here's the stretch of the pitch on the way to Polanco. It's up and in for ball one. Baz has given up only 3 base hits. In the meantime, the Rays have 5 runs on 6 hits, a 3-run home run by Fortes with 2 outs in the second. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss at a good changeup, and the count is even on Polanco at 1 ball and 1 strike, and the Rays added 2 more in the bottom of the third. Luis Castillo pitching around a leadoff double in the bottom of the fourth. We're in the fifth. Still time. Here's the stretch. And the 1-1 to Polanco is outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. But the Mariners need to at least chip away right here, right now. That 5-run deficit. Jorge 0 for 1 is grounded out to Diaz at first. The windup and the pitch. Up and away, ball 3. 3-1 the count on Polanco. Polanco swinging a hot bat. Last 7 games, 11 for 29. That's an average of 379. With 3 home runs and 7 runs batted in. The windup and the pitch. Swinging a pop-up behind home plate. And out of play, and the count is now 3-2. We're coming to you from George Steinbrenner Field, the springtime home of the Yankees and their Class A ball club in the Florida State League. The Rays playing here until they can fix the Tropicana Field roof, which is shattered and tattered by Hurricane Milton a while ago. Here's the set. And the 3-2 on the way to Polanco. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. A strikeout for Shane Baz. That is strikeout number 4. So 1 away for the Mariners here in the top of the 5th inning. Say, friends, catch the Mariners down the stretch with the Root Sports Stream app, which lets in-market fans watch games for only $19.99 a month, or free for participating cable and satellite customers. Go to mariners.com/stream to start watching today. Here's Dom Canzone. And the pitch is up and away with a fastball for ball 1. Yeah, Hurricane Milton sure did a lot of damage here in the Tampa St. Pete area. Rays team up for sale, so they're hoping they stay here maybe on this side of the bay. Pitch on the way, and it's outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. The count on Canzone. You got to wonder how many fans are here from the St. Pete area that have to travel over the causeway to get here. That was always an issue when the team played in St. Pete. all those years. The pitch on the way, and it's outside for ball 3. 3-0 the count on Canzone. Rays an expansion team back in 1998 with Arizona. The set, and the 3-0 pitch to Dom. Taken all the way, it's a strike, and the count is now 3-1. So the future is kind of like up in the air right now for this Rays ball club. I was talking with longtime broadcaster Dwayne Stats, and he said there is a group that wants to keep the ball club here in the Bay Area, Tampa Bay area. Next offer on the way, and it's going to be outside for ball 4. The Mariners have a base runner. That's a start. Canzone with a walk, 1 on and 1 away, and the batter will be shortstop J.P. Crawford. J.P. hit the ball very well. That sent Josh Lowe all the way back to the wall in right center field to make the catch. So we'll see what's in store for the Rays franchise here in the next year or two. But they are going to go back to Tropicana Field for next season. Here's the set and the pitch of J.P. swinging a pop-up. This one is out of play in the third base side, and the count is 0-1. J.P. batting .260, 9 home runs, and 46 runs batted in. Mariners need to just stockpile some base hits right here. Here's the stretch, and the 0-1 pitch on the way from Baz. Swinging a foul out of play in the third base side, and the count is now 0-2. And Dwayne was telling me this would be a great opportunity right here around this area to build a new ballpark. They got the room to do it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers play right down the street on Dale Mabry here in Tampa, past their stadium. Here's the next offer, and it's low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, the football stadium directly to our right when we look and see it. And when it was daylight, which is no longer is, there was this giant Buccaneers flag waving beyond the wall in right field. Biggest flag you've ever seen.
Now the 1-2 on the way to Crawford, swinging a ground ball foul up the first base line, and the count is still a ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, you
so no question where we were.
Yeah, we were in Buccaneer country. My dad used to say, that's pretty expensive for corn. Buccaneer. Oh, come on, Dad. 1 on, 1 away. And again, the 1-2 on the way to JP. Strike 3 called. Just off the plate, but Baz gets the call. Another strikeout for Shane Baz. 2 outs for the Mariners here at the top of the 5th inning. Big breaking ball. Found the mark. That'll bring up Cole Young. Cole drew a walk in the 3rd inning. And a nice at bat. Man, he had a great at bat yesterday with a walk that led to a 2-run 7th inning. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's outside for ball 1 in that win against Cleveland yesterday at Progressive Field. Dom Canzone led off the inning with a single. It was a 2-2 tie. Crawford was safe for the fielder's choice. And then Cole Young walked. Here's the stretch, and the 1-0 pitch to Cole. Strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Randy Rosarena grounded out to short. Cal Raleigh, with runners on at second and third, was walked. And then Julio got that ground ball up the middle. It turned into a 2-run infield single. The Mariners won the game 4-2. The pitch to Cole, and it's outside for ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. You know, take a look at the makeup of this ball club right now. The guys at the bottom of the order, a lot of young players, and I include Ben Williamson on this because Williamson played a key role before the trade for Eugenio Suarez. I mean, you had Canzone and Williamson and Young. You still have Young, who's having a heck of a very nice rookie season. The organization has done an outstanding job of developing players. Look at the starting staff. Here's the set. And the 2-1 pitch to Cole. It's inside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. And now you have Harry Ford here, who was just called up from AAA Tacoma. Leo Rivas has rejoined the ball club from Tacoma, along with veteran right-hander Luke Jackson, who's been around for a while. Here's the set. And the 3-1 pitch to Young, swing and a miss. And the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So over the last 5 seasons, we now have first-round picks, or over a 5-year stretch, I should say, first-round picks with the club. Here's the next off of the way. Swinging a chopper to the right side. Up with the ball, the second baseman, Lowey's got it. Throws the first. In time to get Young, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man is left on. We head to the bottom of the...
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm only facing it all.
His right-hander Carlos Vargas takes over in relief. He delivers to Chandler Simpson, a strike 0-1, so that is it for Luis Castillo tonight, who goes only 4 innings, gives up 5 runs, all earned on 6 hits, 1 walk, and he struck out 5. Next offer on the way, misses a fastball, ball 1-1 the count on Simpson. So hopefully Luis will figure things out here in the month of September. Swinging a one-hopper right back to the mound, knocking it down as Vargas. He picks it up, runs the first. Now the underhand toss over to Naylor at the bag to get Simpson, and there's one away for the Rays here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So here's Carlos Vargas on in relief. 4-5 record with a 3.80 ERA, making his 59th appearance of the year. 1 save. He's worked 64 innings, given up 67 hits, 23 walks, and 41 strikeouts. Yandy Diaz, the hitter. The pitch to him is outside for ball 1.
Let's go to the bullpen and helping hand, brought to you by Seattle's Union Gospel Mission, where they're helping men, women, and children break the cycle of homelessness and start new lives.
Next offer on the way. Big swing and a miss by Diaz, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. We told you about the call-ups for the Mariners. Here's the pitch on the way. Check swing. Did he go? He did, and it's 1-2. They made the appeal down to the first base umpire, Manny Gonzalez. 1-2 on Diaz. Mariners earlier today let go Donovan Solano. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's down low, ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wish him the best. Solano really lost his playing time with the addition of Gino at third. Next off of the way, swinging a line drive in the right field, falling fast. Canzone coming in, racing in, reaches out, and he makes the catch. Down with a nice running catch in right field toward the line. And there's 2 outs for the Rays here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Seren Lau was also sent down to AAA Tacoma. So the Mariners have called up Harry Ford, Leo Rivas, and veteran reliever Luke Jackson, a right-hander. Mariners still at 27. Here's Brandon Lau. The pitch to him. Check swing, a strike, 0-1. Victor Robles suspended for 7 games. It was 10. They shortened it to 7. And the Mariners will get him back on November the 6th when we get to Atlanta. Swinging a pop-up out of play in the third base side. And the count is 0-2 on Lau. with a big RBI double and scored a run in the bottom of the third. You know, back in the day, you could get as many as 40 guys on the ball club if you wanted. Here's the pitch on the way. So tap around in front of the plate. Going to be picked up by the pitcher. Vargas barehands it, throws to first, and it's in time to get Lau for the out, and that will retire the side. Things will get interesting when the pitcher races in like that, and Carlos Vargas makes a nice play. We go to
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm not facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are.
For Randy. Been greeted warmly. Here comes the pitch to him. Swung on, hit hard to the right side. Threw for a base hit past Yandy Diaz into right field. So Randy picks up his second base hit. He's 2 for 3. Had a really good series in Cleveland at 5 hits. 5 for 12 with 3 doubles and a homer. So the Mariners some work to do, trailing 5-0, and this will be a time to try and start to claw back here. Boz at 69 pitches. Here comes Cal Raleigh. Cal hit one to the wall in the first inning, also popped to third. Boz, set. Here's his pitch. Down low. Cal's coming off his lowest home run month in August of 8. 8 is a great month for most hitters.
anybody.
Here comes the 1-0 to Cal. Swung on a rocket to right field, a base hit. Arozarena to second base. He'll have to hold there. Low gets it in quickly, and the Mariners have something cooking here. Runners at first and second with nobody out, and here comes Julio.
Bunch of base hits are a beautiful thing, and then you go boom, and all of a sudden you're right back in this ballgame.
We're going to have a meeting at the mound here. Boz, he can't get hit hard. He has given up the long ball. So this could happen fast for the Mariners if it happens here in the 6th. Tampa Bay knows that.
Kyle Snyder, pitching coach for the Rays, out there, have a little talk with Boz. Yeah, the game can change very, very quickly, especially with this guy up at home plate. Julio Rodriguez, 26 home runs on the year.
And really, this ballpark has been the problem for Boz. You look at his splits, he's 3.5 ERA on the road. It's 7 at home, and it's really been the long balls. He's given up 10 more homers at home than he has on the road in equal starts.
7.06 ERA, as you mentioned, here at home, 3.59 on the road.
So we'll see if that starts to show up here in the 6th inning. He's kept the Mariners off the board so far. Here's Julio. This is an opportunity for the Mariners to start to try and climb back, trailing 5-0 in the 6th. Randy at second, Cal at first, Julio batting. He's 0 for 2 so far. Boz, after the meeting, set, delivers. Low, ball 1. Both those balls hit hard, too. Cal, 106 off the bat. That's great to see. Boz comes set. He deals to Julio. Swung on, smoked, but foul. That's into the Mariners' dugout. It ricochets off the back wall of the dugout and caroms back onto the field.
That's scary.
Yeah. Near Brian Wu. That's more scary.
Yeah. He got hit.
Yeah, he did.
Where was that? Was it spring training or during the season?
Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. I felt like he was starting the next day when he got hit, too. And I think it was the regular season. Was it New York? Yeah, he is starting tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow's matchup is great. Wu against Drew Rasmussen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Julio. Swung on, chopped foul. Rasmussen has had an excellent season. Mariners have already seen him this year. That's going to be a tough task for the offense tomorrow, as the Rays have a lefty and righty going in the pen.
Yeah, he had 6 scoreless innings against the Mariners in Seattle, but Cal hit a 3-run home run to win that game 3-2 in the 8th.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the 6th, Mariners down 5. Here's the pitch to Julio. Low and inside. Good take. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mariners trying to chase Boz right here. Was not allowed a run yet. Julio trying to change that right here. Randy dancing at second, the 2-2. Swung on, popped up, behind home plate. Fortes racing over. He's near the netting. It's into the crowd.
Julio would like to have the pitch back, Gary. That was a center cut. He got underneath it and popped it up.
You're right about that. That was down the middle. See what he gets this time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on. Nobody out. Julio back in the box, taps the plate a couple of times. Pinwheels the bat around. Boz is set. Here comes his pitch to Julio. Swung on, blasted, left field. Simpson back, he's at the track, he circles under it, he makes the catch. Runners retreat back to the bags. Simpson tracks it down with that speed. And that's 1 out.
Man, look at the flags blowing straight in from left center field. That ball was hit hard. I thought for sure that was going to be over the head of Simpson out there in left field.
I think Julio did too. That wind really knocked it down. Here's Naylor. The pitch to him. Swung on a chopper to first base. Gobbling up Diaz. His only play is to stomp on first. They get the out. Runners move along, so runners at second and third now. Let's pause for station identification on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
This is Mariners Baseball on Seattle.
Gino stands in. Mariners could use one big swing. It's not going to be easy for a right-handed hitter. Gino has doubled in the game. 2 on, 2 outs now. 5-0. Rays with the lead. Here's the pitch to Gino. Swung on, fouled away at home plate. 0-1. Boz trying to get through this inning. This will be pitch number 80. Randy at third, Cal at second. They take their leads. The 0-1. Swung on. Line drive, right field, tailing into the crowd, out of play. No balls, 2 strikes now on Gino. Lively crowd. They get to their feet here. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2. Up and in. 99 on the fastball. He knows he's towards the end of the line. Reach back for extra there. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Gino back in the box. The open stance from the right side. Ball's ready. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. The Mariners threaten, but they're turned away. Boz, his 6th strikeout. He has kept the Mariners scoreless through 6. Go to the bottom of the 6th. Rays on top. It's 5-0 on the Global Credit Union Mariners radio.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent.
Here's the pitch and a half cut. Did he go around? He did not. So it's a ball. Vargas still on the mound. It was a short night for Luis Castillo. I got knocked around again. Castillo, 4 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Caminero, part of that, an RBI single in the 3rd. Here's the pitch. Inside. So we take a look at the Chevy Colorado scoreboard. Astros winning today, 8-3. So the Mariners coming into tonight, 2.5 back. So coming into tonight after that, here's the pitch, swung out, fouled away off his gold shoes. He's dancing around. So if the Mariners lose, they'll be 3 back. If they win, it'll be back to 2. Astros have an interesting part of their schedule coming up. They'll start a series with the Yankees at home, a 3-game set starting tomorrow. Then a road trip, 3 against the Texas Rangers, who, by the way, are pretty hot right now. Caminero taking his time now, climbs back into the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up. That's out of play. First base side. Rangers coming into tonight, they've won 5 in a row. Now 2.5 behind the Mariners. They passed the Royals, so they're the next team behind the Mariners in the wild card chase. Here's the pitch. Inside. Backs him off the plate at 97, so full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Just starting the bottom of the 6th. 5-0 Tampa Bay. Vargas steals. Swung on off the end of the bat. Little parachute into left field. That's down. It's a hit. Caminero around first base. He wants two. Loses the helmet as he glides into second with a double. Camanero's second hit. So runner at second base. Nobody out here in the sixth. So the Astros have 3 with the Yankees. They'll hit the road. They'll have 3 in Texas, 3 at Toronto, and then 3 at Atlanta. The Mariners will be paying attention to what the Rangers are doing moving forward, too, as they've crept closer. Rangers right now playing the Diamondbacks. It's 3-2 in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch to Lowe. That's a strike at the knees. Lowe struck out a couple of times. So Caminero at second base after the double. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Here's the pitch. Outside 97 on the fastball. Bottom of the 6th, 5-0 Tampa Bay. Runner at second, no outs. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, smashed, but foul. Into the seats down the third baseline. Caminero steps off his lead at second base. Good lead. Here's the pitch. And that is inside on a fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Camanero's been a wonderful hitter this year, especially at home. Here's the pitch. That's swung on and fouled away at home plate. Just got a piece. Caminero this year with that double, 20 of his 39 homers at home, 15 of his 22 doubles at home, and he's batting around .315 at home. I mean, he's had a good year overall, obviously, but he's been especially good here at his home ballpark.
He's just a kid, too.
Yeah. 21.
Yeah. Battled Cal in the home run derby.
Yeah. Steps off his lead at second base. Here's the 2-2. Swung on a slow roller first base side foul. It was interesting. I was kind of looking at Caminero, who wears 13 on his back. And I don't know, it led me to think about it, because he's having such a great year. 39 home runs, already second most in Tampa Bay history. 46 is the most, so he's got a chance to track that down.
Is that Pena?
The 2-2, yeah, is wide. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Number 13, I was thinking about the number 13. It's my favorite number. And I started to think, are there any Hall of Famers that 13 was their primary number? Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled away. I could only find one Hall of Famer who wore 13 primarily through the course of their career. Billy Wagner, who just went in, was a 13.
Really?
Outside of that.
Yeah. I know a lot of guys, shortstops from Venezuela, were number 13.
Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. One thing, as I was looking into it, I didn't know this. When Roberto Clemente was first called up in 1955, the first number he was issued was number 13.
Really?
Yeah.
In his first baseball card, he was Bob.
Yeah, that's right.
He was Bob Clemente.
So he wore 13 for the first few weeks because Earl Smith had 21. Here's the pitch to Mangum, and that's outside for a ball. Earl Smith, who ended up playing 5 games in 1955, the only 5 games of his career. He played 5 games in a Pirates uniform.
21 became
wearing
available.
number 21. Yeah. Here comes the pitch. That's down low. And so early in the season, he did get a major league hit. He won 1 for 16.
Good.
But in his final, as it turned out, his final major league game, he picked up a base hit and then was optioned later on in the month. And then once he was optioned, Clemente said thank you very much, took the number 21, and now it lives forever, for all time. And so Earl Smith wore 21 right before Roberto Clemente. Yeah. And I was looking at this game where Earl Smith, they have a meeting at the mound. It was a game in April 18th of 1955. The Pirates are playing the Giants. And Earl Smith picks up his only major league hit. In that same game, Roberto Clemente hit his first major league home run.
Really? Way to go.
And Willie Mays had 3 hits, 2 triples. I mean, isn't that incredible?
Yeah. Lee Searle wasn't Moonlight Graham. He got a base hit.
That's right. 2 balls, no strikes. He's 2 for 2, a single and a double. The pitch swung on a slashed foul.
But the reason you see a lot of 13s from guys who grew up in Venezuela, especially middle infielders, they did that out of respect for David Concepcion, number 13 of the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
I think that's why Isaac Guillen wore 13, Omar Vizquel wore 13.
The 2-1. Swung on line, drive, center field, falling fast. It's down for a hit. Caminero had to hold up, and now scoot into third as Julio gets it in. So, runners on the corners with 1 out. So who knows what Caminero will do with the number 13. But he's off to a good start with it.
He ain't changing. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Keep that for a long time.
I always felt like it was my lucky number. I feel like most people don't feel that way about the number 13.
Yeah, well, you're looking at one.
Yes. Palacios will stand in. He's walked and scored. The pitch swung on, fouled away.
So why did you like number 13?
I don't know. As a kid, I just really liked it. Just loved the number. And as it turned out, it was great because no one ever wanted it. So I always, every team I ever played for was so easy to get that number.
There's a reason for it, Gary.
Yes.
But it was lucky for you.
I will say, I don't think it helped me out very much, but I really enjoyed the number. Magna was really dancing off first base, so Vargas steps off and looks him back to first. Runners on the corners here, 1 out. Mariners trailing 5-0, 6th inning. Vargas trying to give Mariners some length here. The pitch swung on, ground ball to third base. Suarez goes to second for 1. Relay to first, in time, double play. That's just what Vargas needed. He hangs a 0 here against the Rays. We move along to the 7th. It's still 5-0 Rays on the Global Credit Union.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see.
Excellent strikeout rate. He'll face Polanco here. He'll bat from the right side. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Looks like Garver has grabbed a bat. He's on deck with Canzone. That's the freedom that we talked about before the ball game. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. For most of the season, I don't think you would see Garver bat in this situation, but now with Harry Ford here, another catcher. He can fire off Garver and still have some cover at that position, just in case. No balls, 2 strikes on Polanco. Clevenger set. He deals. Swing and a miss. A serious fastball. 97 by the lefty, right by Polanco. That's the first out. Take another look at the Chevy Colorado scoreboard. And keeping a close eye on the Texas Rangers. They're locked up with a battle in Arizona against the Diamondbacks. 3-2 Diamondbacks, bottom of the 5th. Locklear is homered in that game for Arizona. As Garver will bat here for Canzone. Texas had some travel issues today. Here's the pitch. That's a breaking ball inside. I should say they really had their travel issues last night. They played in Sacramento, and they couldn't leave Sacramento, so they had to find a different hotel, all stay the night, and they actually flew today to Arizona. Here's the 1-0. Inside, taken for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
That's kind of a nightmare for a traveling
yes.
secretary.
It's
Find
the ultimate
hotel
nightmare.
For 70 rooms.
For enough, yes. And there weren't rooms with the one they were staying at, so they had to find a different one last minute. Here's the 2-0. Inside. 3 balls, no strikes. And, they fly the same day, and they land, and a lot of people just went straight to the ballpark. Kind of Little League style. Maybe put your uniforms on the plane and just go straight to the park. 3 balls, no strikes.
Show and go.
Here's the pitch. He's taken all the way. That's a strike. Ooh, right on the corner. 3-1 now in Garver. Pinch hitting here.
We did that with the Mets this year.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's funny because I asked people who had been around Tim Heavley if they remembered a time that the Mariners flew the same day of a game. Here's the 3-1. That's a strike. Ask you that as well. And no one could think of a time where the Mariners had actually flown the day of a game.
No.
It just doesn't come up, especially with the Mariners because all the flights are so long.
Exactly. There's an issue with the plane or something. You got to get to the city.
The 3-2. Strike 3 call. Got him looking. 2 away. So again, a look at our Chevy Colorado scoreboard. 3-2 Arizona. For Locklear's 3rd home run of the season. Here's J.P. Crawford. 2 outs, bases empty, 7th inning. Mariners trailing 5-0. The pitch sails outside. Clevenger has really been dominant this year. Opponents batting $178 against him. Strikeout rate well over 30%, which is elite. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hot shot left side, through, base hit. So JP aboard. I mean, when you face the Rays, especially when you get into the bullpen, you may not know exactly who everyone is, but you're going to see some wicked stuff. As it looks like Emerson Hancock is getting loose. So, chance to see Emerson for the bullpen, out of the bullpen for the first time. Cole Young will stand in. This will be a tough plate appearance for Young. The pitch, that's a strike. They've been waiting for a soft landing for Emerson in his first bullpen appearance. Since he's come up, though, every game has been tight and close. Here's the 0-1. Flies outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, 1 on. 7th inning, 5-0 Rays.
And in a situation like this, he can give you multiple innings. And hopefully the Mariners have a chance to bounce back.
The 1-1. Strike. Had a lot of movement. Good slider. Just touching the bottom of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Young has walked. He has grounded out. Here's the pitch. Nope, throw to first base. And JP, who's just 1 step off the bag, easily gets back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Clevenger nods his head, comes set, delivers. Swung on, roped down the left field line, tailing though off the netting, so out of play. JP, small lead at first against the lefty. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Slider out of the zone, swings through. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Clevenger. That's it for the Mariners in the 7th. We go to the bottom of the inning. 5-0 Rays on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball.
Bullpen for the end, so I think we're all anxious to see what this looks like. Pitched a couple times out of the pen in Tacoma. Here's his first offering. Swung on, ground ball right to shortstop on the backhand. JP drops it. Cortez will reach on an error, so the leadoff man aboard. Luke Raley in right field now. Garver pinch hit for Canzone, so Raley's out there. Hancock really opened eyes in his second appearance. He was touching 99 on the radar gun. Here's Gray. First pitch to him. And it's inside. 98 on the fastball from Hancock.
Usually that velocity moves up because as a reliever, they're going all out for 1 inning, maybe 2.
He's set, the 1-0. Strike on the edge, 98. We saw when he would have that big velo, which he had at times this year, he was a different pitcher. He just couldn't always hold it through the course of a start. But it's as you point out, it's different when you're talking about 1 inning. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. 98, upper corner.
Good little twist to it.
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah. Like that.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first base. Bottom of the 7th. Mariners trailing 5-0. Hancock steps off. Facing Gray here. 9th hitter in the order. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Hancock ready. He deals. This is down low. Went away from his fastball that time. He threw the 4-seam and then the 2-seam, both at 98 back-to-back pitches. He offers. Swing and a miss. 98, bearing in on him. Gregg cuts through. That's a strikeout for Hancock. That was impressive. Top of the order now. Here's Simpson. Hey, bring your kids out for an unforgettable experience September 14th. Kids Run the Bases. All kids 14 and under get a chance to circle the bases after the Mariners play the Angels. Get your tickets at mariners.com/tickets. The pitch. That's wide. 98 again.
You know, looking at Chandler Simpson, the way his stature is up there, the way he sets up, kind of reminds me of Deion Sanders.
Oh. Here's the pitch to him. Swung on, fouled off. Sanders certainly a great athlete, just like Simpson. Simpson's just terrifying whenever he gets aboard. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hancock deals. Swung on line, drive left field, sinking fast. It's down a base hit. Arozarena scoops it up. A little hesitation at second base by Fortes. He's going to hold there. Single by Simpson. So Tampa Bay runners at first and second. Keep in mind, first batter reached on an error. Here's Diaz. Nothing Tampa Bay, 7th inning. Tampa Bay runners are first and second. Wasn't Castillo's night again for the Mariners. Vargas gave the Mariners 2 innings, 2 scoreless innings. Hancock delivers. That pops the mitt on a fastball at 98 again on the corner. So he's been consistent with 98. Whether it's been the 2-seam or 4-seam. That was the 2-seam. Here comes his 0-1. Swung on, slash down the first base line. Fair ball ripped into the corner. Fortes around third base. He's going to score. Simpson is flying around third. He's going to be waved. He scores easily. A 2 RBI double from Yandy Diaz. And Tampa Bay, they've broken it open. It's 7-0 in the 7th.
Simpson didn't need a head start, but he had a big lead over there at first base. But Naylor played off the line, and my goodness, that kid can fly. Scores at first base on the double by Yandy Diaz.
There's Lau. He had an RBI double earlier tonight. 7-0 Tampa Bay. Hancock. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Now the Mariners, you looked at the game yesterday against Cleveland. That was really kind of a formula. You know, you had Bryce Miller, excellent start, 6 innings of 2-run ball. The bullpen was magnificent, 3 innings without anything across. Here's the pitch that swung on and missed. Mariners had 9 hits, a home run. Like it was Mariners formula. You were hoping they would bottle that and bring it to Tampa Bay. Didn't show up tonight, though. 7-0. Rays with the lead in the 7th. No balls, 2 strikes on Lau. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. 97. Good fastball. Second strikeout for Hancock. Yeah, Yandy Diaz hit the ball hard all night. Here's Caminero, the big third baseman. Can't miss him. Bright yellow shoes, bright yellow batting gloves. The pitch swung on, bounding ball up the middle. Past Cole Young into center field. It's a hit. Diaz steaming around third. Julio gets the throw in on a couple hops home. Late, Diaz scores. Caminero an RBI single. The Rays get another. It's 8-0 Tampa Bay.
This one bounces out in front of the plate, and like a Super Bowl, takes 2 bounces and skips through the middle of the infield out to center field. That did some serious topspin, but that kid is just so strong. 3rd hit tonight, 2nd run batted in.
Here comes the pitch. Swung on, hit high, deep, right center field. Rayleigh circling towards the wall, makes the catch just in front of the wall. And that's a long out to end the 7th inning. More damage for the Rays. They push 3 across. It's 8-0.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing.
Swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. Van Bell has been only in 2 games. He's worked only 4 1/3 innings, given up a run, no walks, and a couple of strikeouts. Now the 0-1 to Randy. Inside for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Randy, the star of the night, returning to Tampa Bay after the trade last year around the deadline to the Mariners. Van Bell peeks around the glove. Now the windup and the 1-1 pitch. Check swing, a strike, and the count is now 1-2. And the Rays really put together a nice video tribute early in the ball game when Randy went out to play left field. Many of his highlights in a Rays uniform. Got a great ovation. The windup and the 1-2 on the way. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Van Bell strikes out the first batter that he faces. And that is strikeout number 10 for Rays pitching tonight. Shane Boss started the ballgame, went 6 scoreless innings, struck out 6. Clevenger worked the scoreless 7th inning, struck out the side. And now Van Bell with a strikeout here in the 8th. That'll bring up Cal Raleigh. The windup and the pitch on the way to Cal is just a little bit low for ball 1. Cal, first time up, thought he had number 51, but it was caught right at the wall by Josh Lowe. Singled sharply into right field last time up in the 6th. The windup by Van Bell. Here's the pitch to Cal. Swinging a foul off the top of the netting behind home plate. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 8-0 Rays lead. They have put up some crooked numbers up on the scoreboard. They have 8 runs on 11 base hits. Cal leading the American League in home runs and runs batted in. The windup and the 1-1 to Cal, swinging a line shot into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Josh Lowe has to play it on a hop. So a solid base hit for Cal, and the Mariners have a man on here in the top of the 8th inning. That'll bring up center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Looking to extend his hitting streak. Right now he has a 7-game hitting streak, 0 for 3 tonight. Hit the ball hard his last time up, lined out to Simpson and left. Julio in his last 7 games during the streak, 11 for 27 for an average of 407. The stretch by Van Bell. Here's the pitch. Outside, way outside for ball 1. On deck, Josh Naylor. Stiff wind still blown in from left center field, has all night long. Here's the set. And the 1-0 pitch, swinging a ground ball to short. Up with the ball is Gray. Over to second for 1. The relay to first, and it's going to be in time for the double play, and that's going to retire the side. 6-4-3, and the Mariners just can't get anything going offensively tonight. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Home Street Bank scores the Rays.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today,
Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step, still hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm running, facing it all.
Is on in relief. Mangum is 3 for 3 on the night for the Rays. Here's the windup and the pitch on the way, and it's high and outside for ball 1. When the Rays joined the American League way back in 1998, they were the Devil Rays. And they were the Devil Rays for the first 10 years. They had losing seasons every year. Next offer on the way, swinging a pop-up. Shallow right field coming in. Luke Raley on the run, still on the run near the line. Luke is there and makes the catch. It's over there in time. Nice running catch by Luke. 1 out for the Rays here in the bottom of the 8th. So they get rid of the devil part in the name. They just go Rays, and in 2008, they win the American League pennant, and they go to the World Series. Coincidence? I don't know. Here's Richie Palacios. Palacios 0 for 2, but he's walked and scored a run. Here's the pitch, low and outside for ball 1. 2008, they lost to the Philadelphia Phillies in the World Series. Jamie Moyer was on that Philadelphia ball club. Now makes his home in Washougal, Washington. Here's the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 1-1 the count on Palacios. And on the last homestand, I ran into Jamie in the lobby. He's talking to a group at the ballpark. Good to see Jamie Moyer. Here's the stretch and the 1-1 on the way. Palacios takes low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Opening game of the 3-game series against Tampa Bay. An off day Thursday, and then we go to Atlanta. Here's the pitch in the way, swinging a big bouncer foul out by the Rays' first base dugout. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Who was the first manager of the expansion Tampa Bay Rays?
Oh.
Little trivia for you.
I don't know.
Larry Rothschild.
Oh, it would have taken me forever to get there.
Here's the windup and the 2-2. Swinging a pop-up, shallow left center field. Randy coming in. Randy's there, and Randy makes the catch.
You know what's funny about Tampa Bay? Whenever I hear the words Tampa Bay, I might be the only one, but I always hear it in Lou Pinilla's voice. Tampa Bay.
Oh, yeah. Very representative team.
Whenever I hear Tampa Bay in my head, I hear Lou Pinilla saying it. It's a very normal thing. Very normal.
He might be at the ballpark tomorrow. Here's Nick Fortes,
That'd be
the
amazing.
catcher. Yeah, I talked to Danny before the ball game. Sammy Perlazzo is here, former Mariner third base coach when Lou was managing the Mariners. It was Sammy who waved in Ken Griffey Jr. on Edgar's double back in October 1995 to win the American League Division Series against the Yankees. The windup and the pitch to Fortes. The 0-1 is inside, backs him off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Sir.
You did pretty good, Lou.
Go ask the players.
That was a great night. When somebody asked him a question about some player, here's the pitch on the way, and it's outside ball 2. He said, go ask the player. Because he didn't really want to be too truthful in that moment. And you go talk to him, let him tell you why he messed up. The windup and the 2-1 pitch, swung on, hard ground ball through the hole. It's short into left field, a base hit for Fortes. And my goodness, the Rays have had base hits all over the place tonight. That's hit number 12 for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, at the time I grew up, of course, Lou was everything to everybody. But I had never met Lou before and never talked to him. And we were in spring training, this is several years ago now, and I was just alone in the booth way before a ball game. And somebody walked in, door open, door shut. I didn't pay much attention. And I looked behind me.
Here's Tristan Gray, and he takes the one outside for ball 1.
And Lou Piniella had wandered into the booth, and I'd never spoken to him before. And we must have talked for 30 minutes, and he talked to me like we had been best friends for the last 40 years. It was incredible.
Not surprised. Here's the pitch on the way to Gray. Swinging to pop up out of play on the third base side. 1 ball and 1 strike. That was when he was working for the Reds. Was it spring training?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And he came in the booth, visiting with you. It was great to see him. And he's had some health issues. Sure hope he's all right. Great to be around. Here's the pitch, way outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. But that's Lou.
He's one of the all-time greatest. It makes
be in the
me,
Hall of Fame.
it makes me upset that, really mad that he is not in. He should be in.
Both times he came up, and he comes up, like every 2-3 years now. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul up the first base side, and the count is even on Gray at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's missed out by 1 vote each time. He had an outstanding career as a player, great career as a manager. He managed 23 years in the big leagues. He taught the Mariners how to win when he came over in 93, and they won in 95, got to the playoffs for the first time with Lou. Here's the pitch to Gray. Breaking ball, misses outside for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
He's literally done everything in the game. He's been a broadcaster, been a general manager. His baseball life is incredible, and how that does not earn you the Hall of Fame makes no sense to me.
Learned a lot from Billy Martin when he was still playing, when Billy was managing 1 of 5 times with the Yankees. Managed the Mariners, Tampa Bay, the Cubs. Here's the pitch on the way. Swinging a drive deep into the gap in right center field. Julio going back, looking up, and goodbye baseball. Tristan Gray with his second home run in the big leagues. It's a 2-out, 2-run home run for Gray here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Rays now lead 10-0. Tristan Gray with a shot way back to right center field. And the Rays have been scoring in bunches all night long. They lead 10-0. And that'll bring up Chandler Simpson. Say, friends, the Mariners kick off next week's homestand with 4 straight value games. Score seats for as little as $11. The games against the Cardinals and Angels, September 8th to the 11th. Go to mariners.com/value games to lock in your tickets today. Here's the pitch to Chandler Simpson. It's a strike. And the count is 0-1. And for the Rays, that's their second home run tonight. Fortes, a 3-run home run in the second. And now Tristan Gray, the rookie, 2-run home run here in the 8th. Swinging a fly ball, shallow left field, slicing foul and out of play off the bat of Simpson. And the count is now 0-2. Hopefully we'll have a chance to see Lou prior to the ball game tomorrow night. Here's the windup in the 0-2. Way outside for ball one. He makes his home. He grew up here in Tampa. Went to a Jesuit high school. And still makes his home here. The windup and the 1-2 on the way. Swinging a ground ball to short. Right there is J.P. Crawford. They flip the first in time to get Simpson, and that's going to retire the side, but not before the Rays tack on 2 more. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Home Street Bank score. The Rays.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm not replacing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step, still hanging.
And Bell back on the mound, fires away a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Van Bell came on and got 3 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Tristan Gray, a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th inning for Tampa Bay. The next pitch to Naylor is outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I noticed there's a fan in front of us that actually has brought a bell to the ballpark and rings it for a strike.
Yeah.
That's a lot of investment. This is the 3rd appearance for Van Bell for Tampa Bay.
Now the 1-1, swinging a pop-up. Right side of the infield, calling for it is Yandy Diaz right behind the bag, and he's there, and he makes the catch. So 1 away for the Mariners here in the top of the 9th inning. Area when I was in Columbus, Ohio, 2 years with the Yankees, AAA Farm Club in the International League. 1 year they gave away thousands of bells, and they brought them back every home game. It was like Columbus Clippers ring your bell, and man, do they ring their bell. Here's Gino. Eugenio Suarez takes a pitch low and outside for ball 1, and it sounded just like that. They gave away those copper bells. The windup and the 1-0 on the way to Gino. Here she comes. Strike on the inside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. I saw Mr. Steinbrenner's picture in the main office when you come in. It's George Steinbrenner Field here in Tampa where the Yankees train. Here's the windup and the 1-1 on the way to Gino. Swinging a line shot down the left field line. It's a fair ball in toward the corner. Gino heading for second. Up with the ball is Simpson. The long throw into third, and Gino in at second base standing up with a 1-out double. His second double of the night. So 1 on and 1 away, top of the 9th inning. That'll bring up Jorge Polanco.
Looks like Rivas is going to get the plate appearance here. It just came up today.
So here's little Leo. Leo Rivas was up with the ball club earlier this year, batting for Polanco. Did a good job while he was here. Put up some nice numbers down at AAA Tacoma. Rivas back with the club, called up today along with Harry Ford and veteran reliever Luke Jackson. But down at Tacoma, Leo hit .318 with 10 home runs, 46 runs batted in, had 24 stolen bases, and a .978 OPS. The look in and the pitch to Leo is a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. First time I met Mr. Steinbrenner, I was with Columbus in 1981. This is when the Yankees were training in Fort Lauderdale, and I saw him in front of the trailer out front of the ballpark where they had their offices, low and inside for ball 1-1-1, and he had a little argument with one of the reporters for the Yankees that covered the Yankees.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah. And he was really letting him have it. And I go, oh, man, and I wanted to interview Mr. Steinbrenner. I was scared. Here's a swing and a drive deep into right field. Low going back, looking up. Goodbye, baseball. Leo Rivas, welcome back to the Mariners. Little Leo with a big home run straight away right field. Some Mariner fans here in Tampa Bay. The Mariners finally get on the board. Holy smokes. And it's now the Rays 10 and the Mariners 2. But Leo Rivas with a pinch hit, 2-run home run here in the top of the 9th inning. And I'm telling you, he got it all. Way to go, Leo. He gets the trident. There's a lot of Mariner fans right behind their third base dugout. 10-2 Tampa Bay. Here's Luke Raley, new Mariners right fielder, and Raley takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. Well, he had 10 down at AAA. Van Bell ready, the windup, and the 0-1 on the way to Luke. Swinging a pop-up left center field. Over on the run is Mangum calling for it. Comes in, he's there, and makes a two-handed catch. And there's 2 outs for the Mariners here in the top of the 9th inning. How about that shot by Leo?
They crushed it. That's one way to welcome yourself back to the majors.
So 2 runs are in, and now the Mariners, though, are down to their final out. Here's J.P. Crawford. J.P. 1 for 3 on the night. And the pitch on the way to Crawford is a strike called. 0-1. Rivas, one of the nicest kids you'll ever want to meet. Here's the pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. And for Leo, that was his first big league home run. Way to go, Leo. Here's the windup, and the next offer to JP. The 0-2 pitch misses outside for ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Leo Rivas with his first major league home run tonight, giving the Mariners their first 2 runs here in the top half of the 9th inning. The windup and the pitch to Crawford. Low and inside, bounces in, ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Way to go, Leo. But the Rays with a whole bunch of offense, 10 runs tonight on 13 base hits. Now the windup and the 2-2 on the way to Crawford. Swinging a line drive into right field, falling fast. That's going to drop in a base hit for JP. So Crawford with his second base hit tonight. And Van Bell has given up 3 hits here in the top half of the 9th inning. 10-2. Tampa Bay, everybody on their feet here at George Steinbrenner Field. Batter will be Cole Young, and now time is called. Pitching coach Kyle Snyder out to the mound to have a talk with Van Bell. This is his second inning of relief. Story tonight for the Tampa Bay Rays. Shane Baz, the starter, went 6 scoreless innings. Walked 2 and he struck out 6. Gave up only 5 base hits. And now Snyder turns around, heads on back to the first base Tampa Bay dugout. So here's Young. Cole with a walk. He has grounded out to Lau at second and struck out his last time up in the 7th inning. Crawford a lead at first base. Now the set by Van Bell. And the right-hander's pitch on the way to Cole. Swing and a foul behind the plate. And the count is 0-1. Good crowd tonight here at George Steinbrenner Field for the opening game of the 3-game series. Packed house. Spring training home for the Yankees. Next offer, way inside as Cole backs away from ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Young back up there. He's got 4 home runs on the year. His first home run in the big leagues was a home run at Yankee Stadium earlier this year. The stretch and the pitch to Young. It's over for a strike. Change up in the count is now 1-2 on Young, and the Mariners are down to their final strike. 10-2 Rays, top of the 9th inning. Mariners and the Rays tomorrow night. Game 2 of the series. Brian Wu on the mound. Here's the stretch and the pitch. It's up high. There goes JP down to second. No throw, and the count is even on Cole. And 2 balls and 2 strikes. Crawford in at second. Van Bell taking some time. Looks in, has a sign. Young's ready. The stretch and the 2-2 on the way, and it's low and inside for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Television with a shot of Leo Rivas inside the Mariners dugout. His first Major League home run tonight here in Tampa Bay. A 2-run home run here in the top half of the 9th inning. Now the look in by Van Bell. And the 3-2 on the way to Young. Swinging all. Chopper past the pitcher. Up with the ball. The second baseman Lau has it. The throw to first. And it's in time to get Young hustling up the line. And the ball game is over. Well, the Mariners get 2 here in the top of the 9th on Leo Rivas' first big league home run, but it's way not enough. The Rays win the opening game of the 3-game series, a final score of 10-2. Shane Baz was outstanding, the starter for the Rays tonight. He wins 6 scoreless innings. So the Rays win game 1, final score, the Rays 10 and the Mariners 2. We'll be back with the totals and more from George Steinbrenner Field here in Tampa, Florida, right after these messages.
Are you ready to hit a home run with your shopping? Well, look no further than the